I think it's or free will or something. Okay, so it says 2-player. This game contains disturbing content not suitable for everybody. Play at your own discretion. Sincerely, Teen Helix. Press space to continue. Okay. Free will is a disease. Oliver Nielsen. Oh, I remember seeing the trailer for this one. This one looked really cool. Exit door requires 1 key. Press space to continue. Find it to open the door and advance to the next room. Okay. Click on items around the room to inspect them. The locked silver chest. Find a key to open it. It's an empty syringe. A chill runs down your spine when you pick it up. As you turn it over in your hands, you imagine the feeling of the need puncturing your flesh. You feel the first prick as the sharp point makes first contact with your skin, then comes the strange cold sensation as it pushes deeper. Then the needle is withdrawn, leaving you with soreness at the spot of impact. But there's no real reasons. This is all just in your head. The syringe looks like it's been used recently. Okay, so I'm playing in a smaller screen, so I don't know if like this is 1 second. I don't know. I don't know if this is like the full screen or whatever. But it looks like the text is a little cut off. I'm sorry about that. This drawer is caked in a thick layer of dust. It gives off a strange stench. In the back corner there's a spider web. The web is swarming with the mass of wriggling anacrids. They tumble over each other, rapidly scurrying through the ins and outs of the web. They crawl left and right, their movements quick and unnerving. It begins to seem like there is a swarm of them moving up your legs. You can almost feel the tingling, as if they're slowly crawling over you. The handle's jammed, the door won't budge. Okay. This door requires a key. Find it. Okay. Okay, so I tried making it bigger. It just looks like that's the size. I think you're supposed to use the arrow keys or something to move around. Oh! The books on this shelf look as though they may collapse into dust any second now. Topics of these range from substance abuse to religious texts. These books look like they haven't been touched in ages. Looking through the books, you see they cover a variety of topics. These include psychology, entomology, and different forms of torture. But do any of them have a key? I know, but... Inside this drawer lays a silver key. You pick it up. How the hell did I not see that? It's not an art put for the door, but it might work on something else. We got a key, baby. Got a key. Oh, inside you find a key that looks like the right fit for a door. Saw it? The exit for this room requires 2 keys. Okay. Find them to open the door and advance to the next room. Okay. I'm gonna take one more bite of popcorn and then I'll set it off to the side because I know it's probably annoying me just munching on popcorn this whole time. Okay. You feel like you've seen this painting before. Looking at it brings back an uneasy feeling. Its eyes seem to follow you wherever you go. Looking behind it, you find a key! Oh! Okay, a rotten stench is emanating from this couch. There's some mold growing on the back. The cushions are warm as if people were recently sitting here. Between them, a key is wedged. Sweet! It's a vase, and a poorly constructed one at that. This looks like it was constructed by a pottery novice. It's lopsided and everything. Shameful. Inside, you find a key! You pick up the phone, you hold it to your ear. All you hear is static. The buttons don't work. It's a small window, the glass is dirty and stained. You can faintly see handprints along it. You peer outside only to see darkness. Is there anything there? There's a key on the windowsill! Sweet! Eject arrow keys to move. Slightly disturbing. This door requires 3 keys. Find them to open the door and advance to the next room. That's an interesting painting. It's an eerie painting of 2 malnourished men. They look like skeletons with flesh. You can see the skin hanging loosely off their bones. It makes you uncomfortable to look at it. Behind the frame lies a case! Sweet! Placemat on this kitchen table is covered in strange stains. Some of them are red. You find this papers. I said papers. This is not. Or paint. This is not Sam and Max, okay? We're not gonna see the soda poppers here. Seriously. Especially the one. No. Wizard was the one with bathroom issues. Never mind. Experimental log. Today marks the planning of an experiment with the potential to change the world. The world is only dying because of the presence of free will in human minds. Cult! This sounds like a cult. If I could get rid of free will, I could save the world. I've chosen 4 subjects to conduct my tests on. An adult female, 2 adult males, and 1 child. They will undergo my specialized treatment under careful supervision. The treatment consists of regular dosage of narcotics and negative reinforcement through physical means. No matter what happens, no matter how far it goes, no matter how much hurt is involved, all I need to do is remember one thing: free will is disease. Oh, this dude's creepy. Are we gonna run into him? Him or her? Whoever. We gotta run into this creepy ass person. Oh no. Okay, kitchen chair squeaks as when you move it. There are scratches all over the legs. There's a piece of paper on top of it. I've found that sometimes when I dream, things look strange. The proportions of certain subjects, like doors or dressers, are off. Some things appear smaller or larger than they should. It's happened so frequently in my dreams that I can now identify whether or not I'm inside a dream just by analyzing the proportions of the object and the world around me. Next time you have a dream, look for the objects that don't appear proportionally correct. Unknown. Okay, that seems like a hint. Yeah, no. Underneath you find a key! Sweet! You open the door below the sink and look inside. Walls are damp. When bolt lines the corners. Inside, find a key. Sweet. Oh, there's a nice little piece of art up here. It's a diploma awarded to somebody named Oliver Nelson. Wedge to the frame, you find a key. Sweet. We can move on. I'm sorry, I can't stay away from the popcorn. I have an addiction to popcorn, okay? Cabinets contains stacks of plates. Not a single one of them is clean. They're covered in dried food. Most of them are chipped. Cabinet is locked. There's an awful smell emanating from inside. Okay, key inside this cabinet. There are 2 bowls in this drawer. One of them is empty and cracked. It looks like it hasn't been used in a very long time. The other one looks more recent. It's clean and has no cracks. A single fingernail lies inside it. It must have been torn off recently. There's a little bit of skin on it. The handle makes a horrible grinding sound as you turn the water on. It's like nails on a chalkboard. Key falls out of the faucet. Sweet! Inside this drawer is a piece of paper. Experiment log 2. I've acquired all 4 subjects. They're being held in rooms I set aside for them. I'm incredibly eager to begin the experiments. I think they'll find things much easier if they obey. If they don't, they'll have to go through a few sessions with me in the room. But as I give them narcotics, they'll find it harder and harder to put up a fight or disobey. In theory, this is perfect. Their ability to make their own choices is what I'm trying to get rid of. Their liberation begins today. Free will is a disease. Woo! Really hoping I don't run into them. Yeah, I got it. There's nothing left in here. You open the door to the fridge, you're hit with a pungent smell. I'm thinking, just go with me. I'm thinking the cheese went bad. Inside the fridge, there's a mound of some type of meat. You can't tell exactly what animal it came from, but you could tell it's not fresh. The outer layer is scattered with sores. It's blistering and peeling off. Just as O's from the center of it. It looks like there's some skin on part of it. Looking closer, you see a bit of metal poking through the surface. Is that a key? Oh, there's only one way to find out. Taking a deep breath, you close your eyes and plunge your hands into the meat. It's soft and clings to your skin. Juices splash on your hands as you dig for the key as you pull it out. Does not sound like a fun time. And yet I go back for the popcorn, you know? Okay. Treat the child. Poke! Okay, my hands need to be free of popcorn to do this. Sweet! Okay. So we've got... This television set is ancient. You try the buttons. None of them work. You find a key on top of the television set. Okay, so we only need 2. It's an old wooden table that's covered in dust and grime. A millipede bug's dead on the table. Its once vibrant shell has decayed and become smudged in beige color. Oh, come on. Its many legs are so brittle they look like they could be snapped off by a gentle tap. Oh, come on. Come on. Dozens of maggots crawl in and out of the millipede shell. No, thank you. Oh, that was a vivid description. You stick your head in the inside the fireplace. As soon as you breathe in, ash fills your lungs. As you poke her eyes out, you feel a crinkly sensation of the ash crumbling under your touch. You find this piece of paper inside. Experimental log 3. Testing is going as expected thus far. The subjects are learning the rules of the environment. They put up a fight at first, but that's to be expected. All the adults fought extremely hard to resist, but in the end their attempts were futile. As punishment, they each went through a session in the room. For their very first session, I drew inspiration from the from the New Testament. First, I placed a nail above their wrists. Once I had strapped them into the chair, then I pulled out the hammer from the drawer and struck the nail hard. Their screams filled the house. Hopefully, they'll learn to cooperate next time. Free will is a disease. Oh gosh, I really hope I don't run into this person. Okay, this window has a small crack running along it. I wonder how it got there. As you look outside, you see nothing. Literally, there's nothing out there. It's as if matter stops beyond the house and nothing else exists. Okay, cool. We found a cave. Hey, are you listening? You need to get out of here. If you don't, you'll be stuck in here forever. You need to wake up. You already escaped once. I know you could do it again. Hang in there. I'm going to get you out. I just need to find a way. Okay, that's gibberish. There's a K behind the frame. Just keep making your way out of through the rooms. I'm still looking for a way out. Remember, nothing is real. You recognize this teddy bear? You used to carry it everywhere. It's dotted with her blood. There's a key in its lap. You find 2 pieces of paper next to it. Experiment log 5. The experiment is having varied effects on the subjects. Karen Hudson, subject 1, has begun suffering from apparent depression and lack of motivation. She lays in her bed all day, unmoving. She only stirs when given a task. William Brown, subject 2, seems blank, as if he has no individual thoughts or ideas whatsoever. He obeys every command to a fault. His progress in free will reduction has been phenomenal? I think that's what it says. I hope the others will achieve the same level of success as him. Okay, I think it said phenomenal. Sophia Weber, subject 3, the child, is also doing well in the treatment. Whether this is due to actual progress in reducing her free will, or simply out of fear of another session in the room, I don't know. I find Charles Aaron's subject 4, reaction to treatment, the most curious. He's developed several strange, often sadistic tendencies. He refuses orders on purpose so that he can spend another session in the room. I believe he enjoys them. He's also began requesting additional silverware at mealtime, particularly knives. I believe he has a collection. I'll continue to monitor his progress for this disease. Oof. Oh gosh. Experiment log 6. Charles Aaron's subject 4. Requests to continue to fascinate me. I had not anticipated such unorthodox behavior from a subject. At this point in the experiment, subjects have met each other a few times during the sessions. I've allocated for them to socialize with one another. Today, after time was up and I was tending to each subject individually, Charles requested that I leave him with the child alone together for a while. While my instincts are telling me not to allow this, my curiosity has been piqued. I know it's dangerous, but it's for science. So I need to inspect it further. You already know who's in there. There's a key next to it on the table. Spot on this table, sitting in one of the puddles is a key. Whew. Retrieve her. It's the arrow keys to move. Woo! Okay. Oh gosh. Okay, how is this happening? Oh my gosh, I can't believe I did that. Oh god. What the hell is that? Oh my god. You need to get out of here ASAP. Before he gets to you, quickly find the key and go through the door. One of the chests is bound to be unlocked. Just press the silver key to be opened. Blue key. Red key. Pink key. Chest is unlocked. Find a pink key. Okay, okay. Blue key. Blue key. Yellow key. Yellow key. Red key. Red key. Red key. Silver key. Silver key. Silver key. Silver key. Gosh, I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm dead. This is the room. It's best not to linger here. I can still hear screams echoing off the walls. You remember this chair? You didn't ever want to see it again. The ropes he used to tie people down are still sitting on it. They're covered in dry, crusty blood. You don't know why. Sheer curiosity, maybe. But you run your fingers along the red stained fabric. Doing so brings all the pain back at once. Fingernails breaking, bones snapping, skin opening, burns blistering, all of it. Scratching, blinding, numbing, scratching, tearing, burning, stinging, clawing, slicing. It doesn't stop. You tear your hand away from the chair and stagger back. Never again. These are the hooks where Dr. Nilsson hung his tools. They're not here for some reason. He must have taken them down. Inside this drawer you find several rusty nails and syringe needles. There's a piece of paper in here. Experiment log 7. I could not have made a greater mistake. The meeting between Charles and the child went horribly. I knew I shouldn't have agreed to let him have her. What was I thinking? Now the child is dead? I should have known to check him before letting him see her. After all, his strange behavior. Charles snuck in a steak knife he had stolen from his last session in the room and wasted no time once they were alone. He mutilated her with a passion I have never seen before. Each slash stab only further diminished any hope there was that the child might live. Her blood splattered the walls. Oh gosh. This is descriptive. Her entrails hovering from the gashes in her body. But by the time I got in there to stop him, it was too late. Right now he's locked in this room. I don't know what to do with him. I've put away her body and washed her remains out of the room. As for the experiment, I have no choice but to continue. I have to proceed. I can't write any more of these logs. I need to put all of my efforts into making sure there isn't another incident. Goodbye for now. He laughed while he did it. At the back of the drawer you find a key. Looks like this drawer. It was cleaned out hastily. You find a key in the back. Faucet looks surprisingly well kept. Dr. Nilsson used it to wash blood from his hands after he was done with his patients. I can't find a way out. Keep moving. I'll think of something. This bed belonged to the child. It's sloppily made, just like you'd expect. Nobody's touched it for a long time. You find a key on top of the sheets. It's a bunch of pictures drawn by a child. This old wooden desk has seen better days. There's some strange markings carved along the side. The markings seem to depict sets of mirrored triangles facing each other like hourglasses. There's a piece of paper on top of the desk. Dear diary, life isn't so bad here. The doctor is nice to me when I listen to him. I think he's just lonely. I bet if he had more friends, then he'd be less uptight. He gets angry when I don't listen and takes me into the room. I like it here, but I miss mommy and daddy. The doctor said I can't see them because I'm sick and need to be cured. But I don't feel sick. Last time I was sick, I threw up everywhere and got to stay home from school. I'm not throwing up, so I don't think I'm sick, but I'm just going to listen to him. Love, Sophia. Oh. K next to the door. Sweet. Oh gosh, I need some popcorn. Okay, retrieve him. Arrow keys to move. How? Oh, that makes more sense. Thank you. How is it that you escaped the first time? Telephone, right? You call the police and they rescued you. Keep moving for now. I'm going to look for a telephone around here. Need a key. Popcorn kernel. You need a key to unlock this drawer. Door takes some effort to open. Once you finally get into it, you find this piece of paper in it. Doctor is making me write this. I refuse to talk to him anymore. This is how he's making me write to communicate to him, but I really don't want to. I don't want to do anything. I don't have an ounce of motivation. I can barely move my hand to write this. I've always had depression, but the drugs he gives us only makes it exponentially worse. What's the point? What's the point of following his orders or refusing them? Nothing matters. Everything is temporary. So it doesn't matter how I spend my time here, because sooner or later I'll die like everybody else. I seem to be the only one who gets that. Everybody ignores they die in the end, but they still knows they die in the end, but they still frolic around giving everything they've got. Everybody just ignores the fact that none of us mean anything and that we'll all cease to exist in the end. I couldn't give a fuck. So that's why I'm going to kill myself as soon as I get the chance. And you should too. Because you don't matter. None of us do care. Oh gosh, that is so messed up. There's a silver key in the back. It can't be used on the door, but it can be unlocked. That else and you. Inside lies another piece of paper. Okay. I spoke to Will earlier. He wants to escape. I don't care if we do or not. But even after everything we've been through, Will's been nice to me. So I want to help him. I know that goes against everything I said before, but like I said, I'm done caring if anything makes sense. And if it goes well, then I'll get to see my fiancé again, and I miss him. I told Will about a phone I saw while I was upstairs. I'm going to help him use it to call the police. And I'm not showing the doctor this log, I'm just writing this one to comfort myself. If this doesn't work, then I'm going to slit my wrist with the knife I've been hiding under my bed, Karen. Oh my gosh, that is so sad. There's a key on top of the drawer. Woo! I haven't found a phone just yet, but I think I'm close. Just making your way through the rooms. It won't be long now. This is the bed where he slept. You can only imagine the horrific thoughts that went through his mind as he slept here. His calendar only has one page. What's even the point if it only has one page with one date? There's a key hidden inside the single page. There's nothing remarkable about this lamp. Out of curiosity, you try and turn it on. You pull the chain, but nothing lights up. You search behind the lamp, searching for an explanation. The cord's been cut. The lamp doesn't look like it's been used in a long time. It's covered in dust. The table seems to have seen its fair share of use. There's a stack of typed papers on top of it. Dr. Nilsson is making me write this on a typewriter as form of brain stimulation. I don't think he's even going to read this. I'm just listening to him because I don't want anything bad to happen. Anyway, my name is Charles Aaron. Right now, I'm held against my will in the house of a man named Oliver Nelson. He conducts tests on me and the other subjects in here. Here. Oh gosh. He forces drugs into us, and if we don't cooperate, then he tortures us in the room. We need help, Charles Aaron. Things are going well. The others and myself are each responding differently to the treatment. The sick fuck is even conducting these tests on a little girl. I'd kill him if I got the chance. Have you ever thought about what it would be like to kill somebody? I have. I didn't used to think about stuff like that, but it's been on my mind lately. I think it's the effect of the drugs are having on me. I know it's troublesome, but I can't tear my mind away from the idea of it. It's so fascinating. The idea of taking everything that someone is, all their hopes, thoughts, memories, everything that makes them who they are, and just stopping it forever. I can only imagine the rush of doing that. Then of course there's the process of me, which is equally intriguing. I wonder how I would go about it. Probably slowly making sure I take time to do it right. I'll have to put some more thought into this. Charles Aaron. Okay, this dude is creepy. Have you killing someone before I have? Charles Aaron. Oh gosh. He writes like freaking novels and stuff, man. There's a little girl kept in this horror house with us. I used to look at her and feel sadness and pity for her, that of all people, an innocent little girl was being held here. Yesterday I looked at her and saw something different. I asked Dr. Nelson if I could have some alone time with her. He said yes. Today was the day I was allowed to see her. I was so excited. I even held onto a knife for my last meal so I could try it out on her. As soon as the doctor left us alone, I was upon her. I started stabbing her in the chest several times, sliding a knife in and out between her ribs, and then a few sloppy stabs for good measure. 8 to be exact. Then I moved on to her stomach. I made an incision down the middle so I could reach in and feel around. The wet, warm feeling of her blood inside of me. Okay, I can't read the rest of it. Okay. It's too gross. Just imagine the grossest thing ever. It's just, I can't. No, thank you. I won't read any of it. Under the papers, there's a key. If you want to read it, play the game yourself. I'm not reading that out loud. It's too gross, too creepy. I found a phone. We're getting you out of here. After this room, there should be a game sequence. I've managed to put a phone in there. You just have to get to it when you play the games. This is goodbye. Goodbye. Good luck, Will. Door looks like it needs a key to be open. This was your desk. There's a piece of paper on top of it. To anyone reading this, my name is William Brown. I stuck some paper and a pen into my room from upstairs so I could write this. I'm being held captive in the house of a sociopathic doctor. If anybody finds this, call the police. He conducts strange experiments on us. I always talking about writing up so free will. We need help. There are 4 of us being held here. one other guy, one woman, and a little girl. He injects us with strange drugs and gives us orders. If we don't obey, he takes us to the room for a session. He tortures us in there. He oh god. I don't know how I'm going to send this out. Maybe I'm just writing it for my own sanity, but please send someone. William Brown. Oh god. Next to the paper, there's a key. Oh yeah, duh. Use the key to find it up in a drawer. I know how much longer I can take. I don't know how much longer I can take this. The drugs are taking their toll on me. I need more. He's got me addicted, but he only gives it to me as a reward now. So I've started faking it. I pretend not to have any emotions, thoughts, nothing of the sort. I act like a robot. That's what he wants, right? For someone to lose it and become a mindless slave. He's pleased with my progress, so I'm just going to keep pretending and hope for the best. I might try and formulate a plan to escape with the others. William Brown. I spoke to the woman who's in here with us. Her name is Karen. At least I think so. I can't remember anything. The effects of the drugs are getting worse. I can't tell what's real anymore. I don't even know if this is a dream or not. I'm so tired. I don't even feel it when he messes with me during our sessions in the room. Whenever I followed his orders, I was pretending, faking it. But now I just don't care. I do what he says because I've lost the ability to resist. But that doesn't mean I'm not going to try and escape. Like I said earlier, I talked to Karen and she says she thinks she knows where the phone is. A phone is. We're going to try to make a run for it and call the police, but if I can hardly write this or keep a coherent thought, how am I supposed to do that? We'll have to see. I'll try, but if it doesn't work, then that's the end of it. Wish me luck, William Brown. They were hidden in here so Dr. Nilsson wouldn't find them. There's a key underneath the papers. I need some more popcorn. Retrieve yourself, arrow case Smith. Okay. Oh. Oh gosh. Man wakes up from weeks-long coma. A man by the name of William Brown woke up from a 3-week coma yesterday. Brown was initially hospitalized on April 14th of this year after he was rescued by police from the house where he was being held hostage along with 3 other individuals, none of whom survived. Brown had managed to find a phone to call the police for help. The man holding them hostage, Dr. Oliver Nilsson, had been conducting experiments on his prisoners, leaving 3 of them dead, and William Brown with severe brain trauma, resulting in him falling into a coma shortly after being rescued. Nilsson committed suicide before the police could apprehend him. Gosh. Papers found 19 out of 20. I don't care. That was so disturbing. Oh gosh. Definitely not gonna be the same after that one. Okay, so for now I have to go, but until then, smooth sailing to you and your pirate crew.